Hey guys, Big Rat 3! 10 back again. I did see what's it called? Harry Potter 6. I will review that tomorrow or today because it's like 2:20 over here. So it's probably late. You guys probably won't see this till like 11 a.m., 12 a.m. But okay. This video is going to be quickly about the PG era haters. I've seen a few vids now of people saying, oh, the PG era, it's so horrible. ECW was TV-14, and that means the PG era ends and all that. And, alright, first of all, just because one show is TV-14 does not mean it's coming back. Second of all, the theory that maybe if the rating for ECW hires, then maybe they'll give it a shot on SmackDown. I don't buy that. I do think I've said this for a while now, I don't think WWE wants the product to be PG. I just think they want it to be labeled as PG. Because they just want the media, the whole thing reason it's PG is because of Linda McMahon's thing, and that's why it's never, I don't believe the PG era will end. You see, Linda McMahon's in the Board of Education in Connecticut, I think, or something around like that. And she feels that if she is found associated with a PG-13 product, that she will be removed from the board. And I kind of agree with her with how the media views wrestling today. It's horrible. Wrestling is viewed as this fake, steroid-hyped sport. One media report said it's just a bunch of idiots who are hurting themselves for money. That's harsh, if you ask me. So yeah, I do think that if she is found associated with a really disgraceful product, especially with the skimpy bikinis and stuff, with the women's division, she will be released from her Board of Education. Now, Linda, in my opinion, you gotta take things into consideration. What's more important, your Board of Education or your loyal fan base, the company that you're the CEO of? So I really think Linda needs to get her priorities straight. I think she just has to realize to have a successful product and to be the Board of Education, they can't happen at the same time. You gotta pick one over the other. But she thinks that PG can make it work, and honestly, I don't know why there's so much hate in the PG era. I really don't. Okay. No blood. That's all I'm giving you. I'm not even gonna give you the women. Okay, because let me tell you why. People bitched and bitched and bitched about the WWE Women's Division for 6 fucking years, saying all they do is put on lingerie and try to show their bodies to us. So now in the PG era, that's not allowed, and they're actually forced to wrestle. And you know what? People are still bitching about the women's division. I don't know why people are bitching on the women's division so much. It's better than last year, if you ask me, which I thought was kind of hard to watch, especially when they introduced the Divas title. Now, women's wrestling comes up a little more often. Now women's wrestling is slightly more important. I said slightly. Because no one gave 3 shits about it last year. Let's see. Beth Phoenix, Mickie James in a tag match. The Intercontinental title was associated with it. With the women's title at SummerSlam. Did she for the women's title at Unforgiven? No. No Mercy? Yes. That's it. Now let's look this year. 2 women's championship matches at Night of Champions. It was defended also at the Bash. Defended at the Rumble. That's 3 times this year already. And it's going to be defended more in the future. Whereas the women's division last year and since around 2005 or 4 was bullshit, if you ask me. I think it was way worse back then because they focused so much on the lingerie and on the divas and all that bullshit. And now they can't do that. And logically, that forces the women to wrestle. But the thing is, now the fans are seeing the women can't wrestle, and that's why they're kind of hating on the division more. But if you ask me, the women's division has been given more time. It really has. I mean, come on, 2 women's title matches on pay-per-view. We never would have imagined that in years. 2 months in a row with the women's title being defended. Boom. But you know what? Let me say another thing about PG era. If you really desperately need to see women in bikinis and shit, don't watch wrestling. Please don't watch wrestling. Go to your many internet porn sites that are on the internet, even on YouTube, for crying out loud. You can find some dirty stuff. Don't ask me how I know that. Don't ask me how I know that. Oh my god, I'm a pervert. Anyways, so really, if you watch wrestling to see women get naked, I feel sorry for you. I really do. Blood is all I'm giving you. But people are acting like the wrestlers bleed every single week. Honestly, it doesn't come up as much. It doesn't happen as often as everyone's making it out to be. Just because, in fact, they were indifferent to blood. There's like, ooh, cool blood. But now that the blood is taken away, they're like, oh no, we need it back. I'll admit, maybe I'll give you the loss of blood, but I don't think it's as big as a deal because the wrestling matches, aside from the Chambers, which I say needed blood, but SmackDown Chamber last year, unless you consider, I don't remember any blood in that SmackDown Chamber, and that was a good match to me. But I'll just say the Chamber matches needed some blood, and if they had a Hell in a Cell without blood, yeah, I'll get upset there. But really, like, blood doesn't happen as often as everyone thinks it does. So then, what's different about the product? People are saying, oh, they're pandering to kids with Jeff Hardy and John Cena. Are you kidding me? John Cena's been over since 2005 with this gimmick. Jeff Hardy was over in his IC title run in 2007. And he was over a lot in early 2008 before he got suspended. I don't know when did he start a PG. I think it was earlier this year. I could be wrong. But really, I don't see why there's so much hate on the PG era. I mean, to me, like, the product is the same. The product is stale not because there's no blood, dumbasses. The product is stale because of the fact that WWE books the same shit over and over with Triple H and Orton. So, really, why is it such a big deal of the PG era? I really don't see such the bad side effects for the PG era. I honestly think that everyone is highly overreacting to, July 28th. That's when they made the transition. Yeah, July 28th is when they switched to PG. So I really don't see the big problem with the PG era. Don't blame, the wrestling's bad in the WWE, but don't blame the PG era. Blame the fucking bookers. What do you think's going to happen now that the PG era is over? The women's division's going to get worse. It's going to get worse than it already is. We're going to have some bloody matches, but the matches still will be kind of stale. In fact, if Rey and Jericho had blood, I would have been disappointed. Because blood would have ruined a match like that. Unlike some person saying, oh, they needed blood, it was a vicious rivalry. Blood would have ruined that match. People complained, oh, Extreme Rules didn't have any blood. Where could it have had blood? Fatal 4-way submission match, a cage match that lasted 7 minutes. Ladder matches, people don't bleed as often as they think. Can't really think of any of their spot on the show. What, a no-holds-barred match? But it's with Rey and Jericho, like I said. A strap match? There wasn't, like, a lot of ways to get blood. If the cage match went longer, then I think that's, like, your only argument. Seriously, I think people are highly overreacting to the PG era, and I don't think it's over, just because ECW drew TV14. Really, I think everyone is overreacting highly to the PG era. No blood is all I'm giving you. Because pandering to the crowd, to the kids, they've been doing that for years. They're focused more on kids. What I'm trying to say is that people are saying, oh, they're directing wrestlers to be more, friendly towards the kids, to wrestler design so he can get over by kids. Cena, Hardy, they've been over way before that. Kids have been watching. I personally think that there was no need for a PG era because I thought kids would have watched anyways. I 100% agree with Trademark. And the ratings, not been great. in the PG era. That's why they might switch. That's probably their only motive to switch because of the ratings. But really, the ratings shouldn't be so low because the wrestling is the fucking same. And No Way Out, the pay-per-view that I thought, the only pay-per-view, not Extreme Rules, only No Way Out, I thought should have had some blood with the Chambers. Many consider that to be the best pay-per-view this year. So tell me once again why you're bitching about the PG era if they've been trying to get wrestlers over by kids for a long time, and if you guys bitch about the women's division and saying that they're just divas who just show their skin to the audience, and now they're not allowed to do that, and people are complaining that they're not allowed to do that. That's bullshit if you ask me. So please, guys, I think it's a huge overreaction to the PG era. Okay, Big Rat 3, 10. Guys, peace out. Bye.